Hola. What's good, everybody? Blow, get from over. Blow. She don't ever want to mess with me unless I'm live. That's her problem. She gets on my nerves. Oh, I need a knife. Not this one. Hola, everybody. Anybody in here ever made wine? Has anyone in here ever made wine? This is wine I made from water. But it just takes a long time to turn into wine when you're using water. But juice is another story. My eyeball's still irritated. I was supposed to have did some running this morning. I couldn't do it. It is Friday, so I need to get some smoke. And then I get up early tomorrow because I volunteer at a different pantry. So we're going to be there tomorrow. And I'm not going to forget none of my equipment because that I can't do that. I can't be out there without my fan. Nothing. We are when I get to the store. I gotta get something to drink because I can't drink this. This is too sweet. I was just playing with it. I'm gonna end up pouring that out. This is way too sweet. I'm gonna make some slightly less sweet. Thank you. Cool. But I need to run out. I need to get some smoke and something to drink. Can you tap the screen, please? Share. Send me some beans. What's up, YT? Y'all embarrassing me. Hmm. So I got up like 6 o'clock this morning, but it been taking me forever to get myself together. And then I got my busted eye. Can't put no mascara on. I was gonna go to the eye doctor today, but I'm like, feel like it's calming down. My nose ain't running. My eyeball ain't running. So I'm hoping by tomorrow I can put my contact back in. And I need to call Amazon. I should have did that before I went live. I ordered some Himalayan salt. And I went to use it and the shit already open. So I'm gonna need my money back on a new one. Ain't nothing to watch. Ain't nothing going on lately. Notorious prisons and jails. All right, y'all, I'm full. I'm gonna roll something. I'm gonna try to get it together. Oh, let me smoke this quick. I'll try to get it together so I could go outside, get myself together.
The government doesn't say much about this place, called the United States Penitentiary Administrative Maximum, also known as Supermax. The public had never seen the operation inside until we broadcast this story in 2007. Since President Obama mentioned Supermax in a speech about Guantanamo, we wanted to take you there again. It's a sort of 21st century Alcatraz, where convicted Al-Qaeda terrorists are force-fed, and some guards worry about their own safety. Supermax is the place America sends the prisoners it wants to punish the most, a place former Warden Robert Hood described as a clean version of hell.
What?
I don't know what hell is, but I do know that the assumption would be for a free person, would be pretty close to it.
This is as close to it as we could get with our cameras. The ADX lies low and sprawling by the foothills of the Rockies, 100 miles south of Denver. There have been 6 wardens since it opened in 1994, but this is the first time one of them has described his experiences inside. Robert Hood ran the place from 2002 to 2005, at the end of 20 years in the Bureau of Prisons.
When the Supermax job came up, you were excited about taking it. Why?
Well, in our system, there's
We're gonna
only
watch
14
TV, y'all.
prisons,
I'm gonna turn my stuff around.
and there's only one Supermax. It's like the Harvard of the system.
Except the ivory towers of Harvard may be easier to get into. Supermax holds fewer than 500 prisoners. Most are here because they're too violent to be anywhere else. But this is also where America keeps convicted terrorists, more than 40 of them.
You think the guard towers are watching us?
I know they're watching.
But the Bureau of Prisons doesn't want us watching them. The general public has never seen Supermax in operation, but we found these rare, if poor quality pictures in the files of a court case. The video shot by the staff shows a new inmate, Lawrence Clacker, a member of a prison gang, being brought in through the underground garage. Most prisoners spend up to 23 hours a day in their cells, every minute, every meal. The window in their cell is blocked, so they can't see the mountains.
Thank you.
The inmates can watch a 12-inch black and
Tap
white
it, y'all.
television
Tap, tap,
or
tap
read
the screen.
books to pass the time. And if they behave, they may get limited exercise in a one-man recreation pen. This was the life that terrorist Richard Reed saw when he was brought into Supermax.
Tell me about when he came in.
We're escorting him down, and his eyes are getting bigger and bigger. He's realizing I'm in trouble.
Shortly after 9/11, it was Reed who tried to blow up an airliner with a bomb in his shoe.
Reed didn't impress you.
No,
A leader or a follower?
definitely, in my opinion, a follower. I think he would jump off the top of the Empire State Building if he thought it was for the right cause.
We've learned that Reed, seen here in his cell, is in a special wing for terrorists called H Unit. Others include Zacharias Moussaoui, who wanted to be one of the 9/11 hijackers, and Wadi El-Hajj, Osama bin Laden's former private secretary. Another terrorist in Supermax is Ramzi Youssef, the leader of the first World Trade Center attack in 1993.
What did you make of him?
The most interesting inmate.
Welcome,
in my
newcomer.
career. I was
Hez.
surprised that he was extremely respectful. Prayed almost on the hour.
Youssef has been living in ADX for 11 years, sacrificing to live by his own code.
Something as simple as recreating. He would have to strip search. He'd be strip searched to go recreate. He chose not to do that because of his belief that it'd be inappropriate for us to show his body or see his body.
And so he stays in cell.
Never been out, to my knowledge.
Damn.
8 years after Youssef's World Trade Center attack came 9/11, and the inmates saw it on the TVs in their cells.
We had a lot of them jump up and down, scream and yell and clap, and they were very excited.
Barbara Petoulis is a corrections officer speaking to us as head of the officers union. She is the only current Supermax employee who would sit down for an interview.
I'm curious about the Islamist extremists, the terrorists in the prison. As a group, what are they like? How do they behave?
A lot of them behave self-righteously, very needy, but me being a female, I think
Hola.
that's part of me dealing with them also.
But you said they're needy?
Some of them are.
What do you mean by that?
They want more than what they have coming.
Like what?
Just your basics. They want extra toilet paper or extra paper, writing paper, extra envelopes, and if you can't give them, they want to see a supervisor right then and there, and that doesn't always happen.
There have been concessions to the Islamic terrorists. We got a hold of the commissary list and we found prayer rugs for $18 and a menu with no pork. But still, they're ordered around by female guards, and that really upsets them.
A terrorist inmate threatened to kill my family because I was doing my job.
I wonder, do the corrections officers prefer to work elsewhere in the prison? Do they prefer to work with the gangbangers and the murderers?
I do.
Really?
I do. Because I am a female.
Feel it?
Oh, yes. Yes, it's very obvious. I mean, they just look at you with sheer disdain.
Turns out that sheer disdain doesn't end there. We're told that there have been frequent hunger strikes among the Islamic terrorist inmates inside Supermax, and to keep the inmates alive, there are often force feedings. That's when an inmate is restrained and liquid nourishment is poured down a tube in his nose. We're told that there have been a dozen hunger strikers, and one of them used to be Osama bin Laden's secretary. Former Warden Robert Hood told us that he supervised many of these feedings.
I probably authorized conducted 350, maybe 400 of involuntary feedings. Not
350 or 400?
Not individuals, because you can have one person 3 meals a day for 2 months. That adds up.
Bureau of Prisons records that we have seen show that there have been as many as 900 of what
my
the
nose
Bureau
starting to run
calls
already. Eyeball
voluntary
getting.
feedings of terrorists in H Unit since 2001.
Why did they stop eating? What was the complaint?
It was conditions of confinement.
Some of the conditions that they object to are outlined in this document. Inmates get letters only from people approved by the prison, and they get one monitored phone call a month for 15 minutes. As strict as that seems, we're told that there is an even higher level of confinement, sort of an ultramax inside Supermax. It's a group of cells where there is virtually no human contact, not even with the guards, and there are only 2 prisoners who are considered so dangerous that they're locked in this place that's known as Range 13.
Damn, you would think they locked up the devil for real, right?
Lighting the barbecue. Hitting the
Like, yo, you got it.
friends.
No human contact
One is
whatsoever.
Tommy Silverstein, who killed a prison guard, and the other is World Trade Center bomber Ramzi Youssef. Warden Hood says Youssef is on Range 13 for just one reason.
He has a Charlie Manson look.
Charlie Manson look.
He just has the eyes. He has some charisma about him. He's in uniform, but you know that there's a powerful person that you're looking at.
You didn't want him in a place where he could give anybody any orders.
True.
We're told something
Yeah, I
strange
know anybody
is
who has
happening
powers
with
like
Youssef.
that.
He now insists that he has renounced Islam and converted to Christianity. He's even begun leaving his cell for exercise. Warden Hood left before all this happened, but still, he doesn't buy it.
He's playing a game with someone. If he's doing that, he's doing it for the reaction. He's doing it for whatever. He is the real deal.
There are plenty of other real deals at Supermax. They're the all-stars of infamy. There's Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, Oklahoma City bombers Terry Nichols and Tim McVeigh before McVeigh was executed, and Robert Hansen, the FBI supervisor turned Soviet spy. Olympic Park bomber Eric Rudolph is here. So are the Al-Qaeda terrorists who bombed the U.S. embassies in Africa. Mob informant Sammy the Bull Gravano has been here. We weren't allowed any interviews with prisoners in Supermax, but we did find Garrett Linderman, an inmate who actually got out.
You were one of the least famous people in the whole place. In the whole prison.
Linderman had been in another prison for robbery until his cellmate there was found stabbed to death.
Wow.
Linderman wasn't tried for the murder, but they transferred him to the ADX, or Supermax. He was released, then robbed a bank, and we found him here in Washington State.
How is the ADX different than other lockups you've been in?
Your connections to the outside, your family, through phone calls, visits, all those are pretty much stopped at the ADX. There's no comparison.
talk about the brutality of isolation. What do you mean by that?
It breaks down the human spirit. It breaks down the human psyche. It breaks your mind.
What does the world look like to a Supermax inmate? With his own pictures, Linderman gave us a tour of his former 7 by 12 foot cell.
This is the shower, concrete bed, or mattress. And this is the window with the red concrete bricks behind it. It's the only prison up.
What's up, y'all? Hola. Thank you. Tap, 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 please. And thank you. YouTube, I'm about to let you go. Come to BIGO, y'all. Come to BIGO. I'll be back later. Well, good afternoon over here. Dirty. All right, y'all. See y'all later.